How am I doing today? I'm doing great, bro. How are you doing? Really excited for this interview, man. I feel like I take inspo from everywhere. One transition that I feel like I definitely take inspo from, like the zoom in one. I think I've seen that done on like Disney Channel. My transitions, I've took inspo from Lord X Scott. Shout out Lord X Scott. He's crazy, man. Most of my videos, like the reverse stuff, it resonates with me because there's this one music video. What is it called? Tongue Tied. Tongue Tied, man. That whole entire music video is in reverse, and I definitely took heavy inspo from that. But I do it in my own way. Like I incorporate my fashion with it. So yeah, I feel like there's a really different approach on showing your fit, and I feel like I'm really blessed to be able to just inspire other people to like step out their comfort zone and be themselves without worrying about other people judging them, in a sense. What is my favorite clothing brand? It's my friend's brand, Raver Cartel. He's going crazy. He's making a lot of like actual pieces that actually resonate with me, pieces I would wear on a daily. Shout out Raver Cartel. Shout out my boy Flair.us. I don't his clothes isn't really my style, but it's still like that's my boy's brand, and it still resonates with me because he makes pieces that he actually likes. Pieces that I wear are just, I don't know, it's something different every day. Like, I wear all my clothes. I get all my clothes from the thrift. The women's section of the thrift, I'm not gonna lie, that's some knowledge, that's some ball knowledge for y'all. But yeah, realistically, I don't have a favorite like brand. I wear pretty much anything. I'm not too materialistic. What is my music playlist like? Man, older 2000s, 2010s. The underground scene is getting a little bit repetitive, so I have to tap back in with my roots and things that actually resonated with me when I was a kid. So, yeah. How do I deal with the pain in my transitions? Man, sometimes I can't, bro. Like, I have to like pause, or sometimes I have to stop on a video for a little bit because, hold on, I got this crazy scar from the other day. I fell in the bushes, bro. And I didn't even use that transition. Bro, but I feel like that's what comes with, you know, um, with making these videos. It's trial and error, you're not gonna get it right the first time. And it's not easy to do. I feel like a lot of people think that what I do is just really easy, but it's not for the general audience. At the same time, whenever I came up with the falling and the reversed, uh, I actually got that from Lil Uzi. Yeah, so I definitely take inspo from a lot of different things around me for sure. Do I intend on branching out in different ways in this fashion content? Yes, I actually do. I want to have so many different ways of connecting with my audience. Like, I feel like I want to branch off into making clothes. I always love making clothes. That's where I really originally started to do before this fashion stuff. Like, before like getting into content for myself, I was just always making clothes, trying to sell clothes and have a brand. That was always the goal, but it never really worked out for me. So this is what works. What I'm building right now is a great platform to be able to make people kind of care in a sense of the clothes that I make and who I am. I'm selling myself at the end of the day. So I feel like people are really going to be able to like enjoy my clothes from a different perspective, knowing who's making it. Man, how is life going for me? Life has been a lot of ups and downs, especially with this content. I feel like the reason why I got into content in the first place was like all of my friends. I'm in a friend group right now where everybody is kind of doing their own niche. Like we got Jaden, Keybon, Zero, and all of these people around me are like going up on social media. And there was a point where I felt like I was never gonna have my turn because I didn't take initiative to do these things, like really push out my content on a daily, like, and really go hard. um I feel like I just wasn't pushing myself as hard. And in my family, I'm about to get deep, man. In my family, uh a lot of the times I hear, oh, I could have been, you know, a doctor, or I could have been a professional athlete, or whatever it might be. And I hear this a lot in my family of how they could have done something. And I don't want to be a person that could have done something. I want to do it. And I want to definitely push that initiative, like, on other people. And whatever it might be that they love, they can do it to like the fullest extent and really accomplish their dreams. And I'm sure there's other people in this community that have family members that they looked up to, and they never really followed their dreams to the full extent that they could have. And I want to be the person that dies following my dreams. And I am so blessed to be able to say that. I hit my breaking point at one point where I felt like I just wanted to give up. Before I even started on Swagicide, I wanted to give up. I remember telling my friends about how, man, I feel like I'm going nowhere. Um, you know, I was just really down, man. And I told them about it, and they encouraged me. I was still like feeling down after the encouragement, you know? And bro, I realistically hit my breaking point before Swagicide, before I even started all these videos. I I'm about to get real, bro. Like, I felt like I just wasn't doing anything with my life. I wasn't gonna be who I am right now. And I had so much doubt in myself. I literally just broke down and started like bawling my eyes out, I swear. And I just talked to God about it, and I told him about how I want to follow my dreams and I don't want to be someone who could have done something. And ever since then, like, I've been like just pushing out videos every single day. So definitely God was the motivation to keep me pushing like through these videos. I feel like a lot of people don't give credit where it's due when it comes down to um God, bro. I mean, like, I wouldn't be here without him. All right, message for the fans. Um if you want to start on your dreams, start today, because tomorrow isn't promised. Tomorrow is just a figment of our imagination, and we don't know if it's going to actually be there. So follow your dreams and trust in God. My shout outs. I gotta shout out my boy. Man, I got a lot of shout outs. Shoot. I gotta shout out my boy Aiden. Man, energy fool. Like, he inspires me in so many different ways, and he just always inspires me to be myself. Always wears what he wants. Never gives a fuck what other people gotta say. Um, we gotta shout out my boy Zero. Shout out my boy Keybon. Shout out my boy Jadenka, of course. Shoot, shout out Mod Dukes. Shout out Pod Dukes. You feel what I'm saying? And shout out Big J. Shout out Jesus, bro.